Hello and welcome back to Halo Ninja Warrior's 20th tournament. Today we will return to Stage 1 where 80 competitors have already started their runs, and for the majority of them it's already over. Only 4 have successfully completed Stage 1, including Strafe Helix, the newcomer PixelProjects, as well as Atlantic Champ and RPG 445. In the last episode we saw shocking Stage 1 failures from Flame Vortex and Swantron97. But in this final Stage 1 episode, we will see the course's top veterans and all-stars take on the first stage. The final runner to go will be the 1000th ever attempt at Halo Ninja Warrior, and for all of our final 20 competitors, a special scoring system was used to determine their run order. This scoring system reflects their long-term success on the course, showcasing its history. Tournament 20 does have a record number of returning competitors, and today we will find out who all has advanced to the second stage, making it one step closer to achieving total victory. Let's get back to the runs and finish Tournament 20's first stage. This stage has been looking pretty tough so far, but hopefully we can get an uptick in Stage 1 clears from our next group of competitors. These are all veterans and all-stars of the course. Pandaz for life is at number 981, so he is the number 20 out of the top 20 competitors for Tournament 20. I know, there's a lot of 20s going around, but Panda's doing his signature intro right there with the needler, and now he's off on the cone jump, and he hops right through it before his needles could even explode. And now he's on to the rolling escargot. Wow, he's like almost doing it backwards, it looks like. He is looking very far to his left, but Pandaz so far has a pretty nice pace. He has done this obstacle before, multiple times, so hopefully he can do it again. Pandaz for life, he gets all the way to the bottom. He's taking it very slow, but he gets off of it, and now he's on to the TIE Fighter. Jump into the left side, and jump back and forth. Pandaz for life, looking pretty good so far. Can he get the dismount? Yes, he can. Now for the jump hang kai, he goes right for it, and Pandaz, not a good angle, and he fails the jump hang kai. That is unfortunate for Pandaz for life, but next up we've got number 982. It's Chris. I don't know what's going on here.
Oh god, look at it jiggle.
Oh my god.
Alright, that's weird. Every time Chris is doing a run, something weird happens for his intro. I don't know. Alright, well now everyone scatters. They all jump into the water. Hunter, Fireball, SMOKEY, they're gone. Now Chris can just focus on his run instead of focusing on getting shot. Chris, through the first obstacle, nice and quick. Yeah, as you saw right there, he did clear Stage 1 in the last tournament. Actually, the last 2 tournaments. Chris has been doing really well on Halo 5 so far. Chris goes really early on the dismount of the rolling escargot, but makes it work. And now he's right into the TIE Fighter. He is not slowed down at all. Goes for an early dismount there as well. And now the jump hang kai, still not stopping. Chris is going to go through the inside. And look at him go. Chris is looking excellent onto the crooked wall right now. And he does that magnificently. Now can he do this? He's up the warped wall in 1. Look at Chris go. He's still got 45 seconds left, and he cuts the corner on the Dragon Glider, going right for it. We saw this not work out for Swantron, but it does work for Chris. And now he is on to the balance bridge. 35 seconds.
Let's go, brother. Yeah.
He's got it. Chris has all the time in the world. He goes for the spring jump like he always does. He didn't get it. And Chris is going back to Stage 2 for his 3rd tournament in a row. What a great run from that veteran.
Unlike anyone else, you're absolutely psychotic screaming while he's doing his run, Fireball.
It works.
Might have actually helped.
Oh my god.
Oh, Chris is my bae.
Well, we just had 21 consecutive first stage failures, but Chris gets things back on track. With 25.2 seconds left, he is the 5th person moving on to Stage 2 this tournament. And next up, we've got another veteran of the course. This guy making his 10th appearance today. It's Caucasians. He used to be Asians, now he's Caucasians. I don't know how that works, but it's alright because this guy is a veteran. He cleared Stage 1 in Tournament 17, unfortunately failed it in Tournament 19. He did make it to Stage 3 all the way back in Tournament 10 though. That really put him on the map, but he's had some unfortunate Stage 1 failures throughout his career. But Asians is now onto the rolling escargot, and he slips off it immediately, but he's still good, he's still alive. This is an obstacle he's defeated every single time it's been in a tournament, so hopefully Asians can get through it again. Today, he's getting fast on it. He is standing up and he dismounts early. Asians, I'm going to keep calling him Asians because, you know, that's what I'm used to. But Asians is onto the obstacle. He failed in the last tournament. Asians going for some redemption, and he gets it. Now onto the jump hang Kai. He takes a very direct approach. A nice angle right there on the bounce, and he gets into it, and he's hopping through the inside now for the crooked wall. Can Asians do this? It's been a very tough obstacle so far. Asians goes for it, and yes, he nails it. Asians looking really good. 40 seconds onto the warped wall. He's up it in one. Asians is looking very solid on stage 1 right now. We have seen him fail at the end of stage 1 before, or towards the end anyway, back in tournaments 11 and 12, but Asians nails the dragon glider. He's got it onto the balance bridge. Can Asians do it? He's still got 20 seconds left, not the most time, but he's got plenty of it just to get up this final obstacle. Asians climbing nicely. He gets a bad jump, but Asians, what a save. Oh my goodness. Asians has a second attempt to climb the lumberjack climb, and Asians, is he gonna make the most of it? Yes, he is. Asians going back to stage 2, 2.8 seconds left. Not a lot of time, but it's all he needed to advance once again. The third time in his career that he will be moving on to stage 2. It all started off a little rocky with that rolling escargot slip up, but then he got some redemption on the TIE fighter that he failed last tournament, and from there on out, it was pretty smooth sailing up until the lumberjack climb, where he had an incredible save, just getting bounced back onto that first peg.
Hey,
He's beating stage 2.
if I pass, maybe I'll have a chance not to have the slowest time this year.
Well, I guess we'll find out about that later on, but for right now, it's time to celebrate Asians getting his third stage 1 clear of his career. It wasn't fast, but you know what? Speed doesn't really matter when your goal is just to advance to the next stage, and that's what Asians did. And next up, we've got another competitor who has beaten stage 1 3 times in his career. It's Freakin, number 984. Unfortunately, he failed stage 1 in both of the last 2 tournaments, including that flying shoot failure in tournament 19, but Patty is back. He wants to get back to stage 2. He made it there back in tournament 17. Hasn't been there since. Patty has actually been a little less active on Xbox Live over the last couple tournaments, but he still competes. He is still a very talented jumper, and now he is on to the TIE fighter, and he jumps into it from a very long distance. But Patty hopping through, and he dismounts nicely now for the jump hang Kai. He bounces, he's into it. He failed that in tournament 18. He actually failed walking around to the outside, but Patty gets through it today. Now for the crooked wall, he goes right for it. Patty gets a weird jump. Patty comes up short of the crooked wall and fails stage 1 for the 3rd time in a row. Patty Freakin, look at how close he got right there. I thought he might have made it. His kneecaps hooked onto that little column, but it wasn't enough. He came up short and failed stage 1 again.
Feels bad.
You really want to see Patty get back to stage 2. You know he can do some damage on those later stages. We saw it in tournament 16, but tournament 20 was just not meant to be for Patty. Anyway, another competitor who's been struggling with stage 1, weaponmatt, took on the course again and failed the crooked wall. That's 3 straight stage 1 failures after his 2 first place performances in 16 and 17. And then we had the veteran Bradley Freakin, who has yet to beat stage 1 since his stage 3 appearance in tournament 15. He went for a crazy technique on the rolling escargot, and surprisingly, it didn't work. So we've seen quite a few veterans struggling with stage 1. We've seen a couple of them clear as well. Let's find out how this next one does. Making his 13th consecutive appearance is the veteran Killer Demand. Killer has not missed the tournament since his debut in Tournament 8, and he has shown lots of talent throughout his career. So far, he has defeated Stage 1 5 times, but even his first stage failures have been interesting. In both Tournament 9 and Tournament 11, he failed the final obstacle of Stage 1. Out of his 5 second stage attempts, 2 of them ended up getting to Stage 3. One of those came in Tournament 16, where he had his personal best performance, getting to the vertical limit Kai. Despite ending his MCC career on a very high note, his Halo 5 career has been much less fortunate. He had his worst ever performance in Tournament 17, failing the rolling escargot, and then failed the jump hang Kai in Tournament 18. In the last tournament, he looked a lot better on the stage, but still ended up failing the flying shoot. Now that he's had his longest Stage 1 failure streak of his career, let's find out if Killer can bounce back. You know, Killer was a big fan of the course back when he competed in Tournament 8. He's still a big fan to this day, obviously. But it's awesome to see that he's had such a long career. You know, 13 appearances, he's here for Tournament 20, and he's number 987. So, he has come a long way. But he has been struggling with Stage 1 lately. Let's see how he does today. He's on the rolling escargot now. I can't believe he hasn't beat Stage 1 on Halo 5 yet. Let's hope that changes. Killer goes for an early dismount on the rolling escargot, and he gets it. Now onto the TIE Fighter. Killer Demand. Gonna jump back and forth. Get that one extra jump, be extra safe. Killer is onto the jump hang Kai. He jumps, bounces, and he's into it. He's gonna go around the outside over there on the right. Now he's onto the crooked wall. We've been seeing the veteran struggling with this obstacle. Killer goes for it, and Killer fails the crooked wall too. Another crooked wall failure. This obstacle is starting to really mess with our competitors. Killer didn't even get close to that column. That is very unfortunate for Killer Demand. He fails Stage 1 for his 4th time in a row. And next up, we've got another veteran who's struggling with Stage 1 on Halo 5. It's SaneThe Legend. He got to Stage 3 back in Tournament 16, but a couple times on Halo 5, he got to the last obstacle of Stage 1 and just couldn't get the job done. So SaneThe Legend, we know he can get to the end of Stage 1. It's just whether or not he can finish. Sane is going for the tops of the cones. Nicely done, Sane. And he's onto the rolling escargot. Sane is one of those all-time great jumpers. He's made so many great jump maps throughout his Halo career in general, and Sane has shown his skill for sure on Halo Ninja Warrior, but maybe you expect a little bit more out of someone as talented as he is. Sane goes for an early dismount on the TIE Fighter, and he gets it. Now Sane for the jump hang Kai. He bounces, and he's into it. SaneThe Legend is hopping through the outside, and now he's onto the crooked wall. Can Sane end this disastrous streak of crooked wall failures? No, he can't! SaneThe Legend fails the crooked wall. This obstacle is starting to take over this tournament. SaneThe Legend, he did something very similar to Killer Demand. He just came up short. That's what a lot of people have been doing. They haven't been jumping at the right height to get onto that little round column. SaneThe Legend out again. Next up, we've got PixelProjects, the veteran, making his incredible 14th appearance. This guy, kind of the exact opposite of the last few competitors. He has cleared Stage 1 in every single Halo 5 tournament so far. One of only, I want to say 4 people who can say that. So Pixel is now onto the rolling escargot. This guy's tournaments go way back to Tournament 5. He was Halo Legend 6 back then. Now he's PixelProjects. And Pixel is through the rolling escargot. Now onto the TIE Fighter. It's amazing how consistent of a jumper he's been, given the start he had to his career. He kind of took off in Tournament 11 when he got his first Stage 1 clear. He's into the jump hang Kai now. But yeah, ever since that Tournament 11 appearance, Pixel has been amazing. Now it's time for the crooked wall. Can he do this? A lot of people have been failing. He shoots, he goes for it, and PixelProjects finally gets past the crooked wall. I was tired of seeing people fail that. Now for the warped wall. He does not get up it on his first attempt, but he gets up it in 2. Pixel is onto the Dragon Glider. Can he do this? It's another very tough obstacle. Pixel, he goes for it. He's into the first head slide. Now for the big jump. PixelProjects gets it. Now for the dismount. Yes, he's through the Dragon Glider onto the balance bridge. Can he go 4 for 4 on Halo 5's first stages? Pixel is onto the lumberjack climb. You gotta take this one carefully. He's still got plenty of time. Pixel is climbing up. 15 seconds left. He goes for the spring and doesn't quite get it. He makes the last jump, and PixelProjects is going back to Stage 2. 4 tournaments in a row that this guy has defeated Stage 1. 11 seconds left on the clock. All the time that he needed to go back to Stage 2. That is awesome. And now we have 7 people moving on to Stage 2. That's amazing. Well done, PixelProjects.
Wow. Tournament 20. That's a lot of tournaments. I can't believe I've been in 14 of them. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's been, what, 6 years, give or take? It's a lot of history now. So it's kind of cool to be a part of it for this long and see the evolution of the course and the jumpers.
Continuing his long Halo Ninja Warrior journey is the veteran Snozberries. Snoz is competing in his 14th straight tournament, which is the third longest active streak on the course behind SaneThe Legend and Hunter Unit 751. In his career, he's completed Stage 1 6 times, but only been to Stage 3 once. That one time came back in Tournament 9, but he made it count as he incredibly reached the final stage. While he couldn't reach the top of the tower, it still showed us what an incredible jumper SmOzz is. Even though he's still 1 for 1 on Stage 3, Stages 1 and 2 have caused him many problems throughout his career. He failed Stage 1 in the first 2 Halo 5 tournaments, but stepped up for Tournament 19, where he made it back to Stage 2. He ended up failing the Kudari Salmon Ladder for his second time, meaning the wait for SmOzz's return to Stage 3 was put on hold once again. Today, SmOzz will attempt to return to his glory days on the course, starting on Stage 1. Let's see what SmOzz can do here on his 14th appearance. It was lucky number 13 for him last time on Stage 1, but now it's time for his 14th attempt at this stage, and SmOzz is right through the cone jump and onto the rolling escargot. Oh, SmOzz with a little slip up right there, but the ball did not roll away. He hops right back on, and now he is rolling. SmOzz standing up. We got another stander on the rolling escargot. He's looking really good, taking it nice and smooth. Dismounts a little early, and he's onto the TIE Fighter, an obstacle he has not struggled with at all. He's jumping back and forth, and SmOzz goes for the dismount. Now for the jump hang kai. He has never failed this obstacle. He's actually completed it every single time it's been in a tournament. Can he keep that streak alive? Yes, SmOzz can. Now he's onto the crooked wall. This is a very tough one. It's been taking out a lot of competitors. Can SmOzz get by it? He goes for the jump, but he jumps out. SmOzz is out on Stage 1 again. His 14th appearance and his 8th Stage 1 failure. The crooked wall, you can tell he jumped a little early, pushing him out to the right. He actually had the distance, but not the right direction.
Oh no!
Beautiful.
Oh, fuck me. I didn't want to go out like that.
Oh, I thought that was it.
Yeah, from the side, it really looked like he had it, but let's hear a little bit more from SmOzz after that failure.
I'm not gonna lie, that run felt really good. When I got to the crooked wall, I thought I hit it pretty good, and I got a great jump. I had more than enough. I was high enough, I was almost too far, but I just was out to the right a little too much, and I knew it immediately, and I tried to turn and come back, but there's no coming back.
Well, that's sad to see SmOzz go out on Stage 1 again, and that crooked wall is taking people out. 12 people have already failed at this tournament. Only 29 have gotten there, and now the sun is down. It's nighttime on Halo Ninja Warrior, and we are entering the final 10 competitors of this tournament. Kicking off the final 10 is the longtime veteran, XxAlfaPumaxX. Number 991, he's making his 15th appearance on the course today. He has been around all the way back since Tournament 4. Unfortunately, the last time we saw him was the last tournament where he went out on the butterfly wall. That was a very disappointing run from XxAlfaPumaxX. He's been wanting to get back into jumping, though. He wants to make some improvements. He has not been doing very well on the Xbox One at all. He was an amazing competitor on the Xbox 360, made it to Stage 3 on his first ever appearance, but now XxAlfaPumaxX is taking on Tournament 20's first stage, and he's on the rolling escargot. He is also standing up on it. XxAlfaPumaxX, so far, looking so good, and he gets through it. Now the TIE Fighter, he didn't make it here in the last tournament. He is hopping into it, and he's going to go back and forth. He's coming up really close, but he eventually makes it to the dismount. Now for the jump hang kai, an obstacle he has failed in the past, and XxAlfaPumaxX with a nice jump. He gets into it, and he is hopping through the outside. Now for the dismount, XxAlfaPumaxX, he nails it. Now the crooked wall, SmOzz just failed this. Can XxAlfaPumaxX get it? He goes for a very high jump, and XxAlfaPumaxX comes up short of the pole. That is another crooked wall failure.
I was started out in Tournament 2, and I feel like the tournaments have progressed really well. Even watching the episodes on YouTube is really changed. It's really exploded. You know, there's a lot more, like, the community's grown. I've been jumping honestly since Halo Reach, and since then it's just expanded, and your course individually has just grown so much, and it's incredible.
Well, Sleepy right there with some very kind words. Yeah, Sleepy Slayer 5. He's number 992 this tournament. We last saw him in Tournament 15 where he made it to stage 2 and went out on the balance tank. That was his 10th appearance. Now he is appearing for his 11th time. Let's see how he does on stage 1. Sleepy hopping through the first obstacle, his first time competing on Halo 5. This is a big time for Sleepy. He's on the rolling escargot right now, and he is going to stick with the crouching method on this obstacle. Sleepy has been an amazing competitor throughout his career. Many stage 3s in his past, a lot of stage 2s as well. So let's see if he can get back there again today. Sleepy onto the TIE Fighter. He's going to jump back and forth, looking very comfortable on it, and now he is onto the Jump Hang Kai. He's done this in the past. He bounces, and Sleepy is into it. He's going to go around the outside on the left and dismount onto the crooked wall. Can he get by this? It has been taking competitors out left and right. Sleepy gets a good jump, and he makes it to the dismount. Now he's onto the warped wall. 40 seconds left. Sleepy is up the warped wall in 1. He's looking really good right now, but can he do the dragon glider? He needs a big jump right here. He needs lots of speed, lots of momentum. Sleepy gets into it. He's looking good. Oh, but he flies over the pole. Sleepy Slayer comes up. I can't even say comes up short. He flew over the pole. He actually drifted off to the side, it looked like. Let's see. He goes into this head slide, and you have to adjust to the left on this obstacle. He tried to do that too soon and actually came out of the head slide. If we take a look from a third-person perspective on him, you can see he starts drifting to the left, pops out right there, and that lifted him up, sending him straight over the pole.
Oh,
What the?
I think you jumped
great
that
run.
early.
good run.
I think you jumped early, maybe.
Good
I'll
comeback.
take that.
Yeah, it looked like you might have jumped a tad early on that jump.
Did
on
he get
that
launched out
bouncer.
the side, or did you just?
I
get
didn't
like a
jump,
god tier?
dude. I didn't even
Well, when I jump
on the-
early, that happens to me. I fly over the pole.
Well, you can see everyone who is watching is trying to figure it out. I know it's kind of hard to tell, but yeah, he did actually just drift off to the left. Came out of that head slide, and it sent him right over the pole. 7 failures on that obstacle now. 16 attempts. It's almost halfway. Luckily, Fireball knew exactly why Sleepy failed on that run. That might come in handy right now because he is up next. DHG Fireball. Can he do this? All right, he is on the cone jump. Fireball has been competing at a very high level lately. He's gotten to the final obstacle of stage 3 in both of the last 2 tournaments. That is extremely impressive. Oh, Chris is watching. Look at Chris up there. All right, Fireball. He is onto the TIE Fighter. He has yet to fail a stage 1 on Halo 5. The last time we saw him fail stage 1, all the way back in Tournament 13. So if I was a betting man, I'd say Fireball's got a decent chance to get through stage 1. But this obstacle could decide everything. Fireball goes for the crooked wall, and Fireball absolutely nails it. That was a perfect run on that obstacle. And now for the warped wall. Fireball is flying. He is flying. Look at him go. He's not going to back up for the dragon glider. He goes right into it, just like Chris did. And Fireball is into the second head slide and makes it to the dismount. Now he's skipping to the second pallet. Look at that clock. He has all sorts of time left. Takes a random save jump on that first ledge of the lumberjack climb. But Fireball hits the spring jump and hits the buzzer with 26.4 seconds left. The fastest time of the tournament so far.
You get up that wall so fucking fast, dude.
What a great run from Fireball.
That's gotta be the fastest time so far with that final climb, dude. No question.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Fireball just keeps showing up and keeps on dominating these tournaments. Fastest time so far, 26.4 seconds left. We will be seeing Fireball once again take on stage 2. So that was the first of our Xbox One All-Stars, and we've got another one up next. Returning from a huge bounce-back tournament is the Xbox One All-Star, XxAlfaPuma. Puma has been competing in every tournament since Tournament 10, and it didn't take long for him to become one of the course's most dominant competitors. By only his 3rd appearance, he made it to Stage 3, and even got 1 jump away from the final stage in Tournaments 14 and 15. Once he became an Xbox One All-Star, his streak of 4 straight Stage 3 appearances came to an end as he failed the metal spin on Stage 2 of Tournament 16. Tournament 17 saw him get back to Stage 3, but Tournament 18 is where things got rough. For the first time in his career, he was the final runner to go on Stage 1, and for the first time since his newcomer appearance, he failed the first stage. It was a truly heartbreaking moment for Puma, but Tournament 19 became his redemption. He was able to clear Stage 1 again, and then make it all the way back to Stage 3, where he got to the crazy cliffhanger. Puma's resiliency has been tested time and time again on this course, but more often than not, he prevails. One goal that still eludes him, however, is the final stage. Today, Puma will take his 11th attempt at Halo Ninja Warrior and try to prove why he is one of the top competitors of all time. Puma is a very thoughtful competitor, and when I say that, I mean he puts a lot of thought into how he approaches for the tournament. So let's see how he approaches Tournament 20 today. He is off and onto the cone jump. Alright, Puma onto the crooked wall. Can he get over this? It's a very tough obstacle. Puma lands on the pole and makes the dismount. Now he's onto the warped wall. Can he get up it in one? No, he cannot. But he still has plenty of time left. His second attempt, he is up at Alpha Puma, going on to the Dragon Glider. Alright, here we go. Alpha Puma, can he get this? We've seen a few competitors struggle with this obstacle, but Puma's an all-star, and he gets a good jump. He's into the second head slide, and Puma is through the Dragon Glider. He's got 2 obstacles left to punch his ticket back to Stage 2, and with 20 seconds left, he is on to the Lumberjack Climb. Alpha Puma, can he do it? The clock is ticking down, but he is climbing up, and Alpha Puma reaches the top, and with 9.8 seconds left, he is going back on to Stage 2, number 994 this tournament. Alpha Puma continuing his incredible career, becoming the 9th competitor to advance to the second stage. But now from one all-star to another, unfortunately we lost the footage for Ump Double Ump's run on Stage 1. He is a legendary competitor, but he did go out on the Dragon Glider. That was very sad to see.
I feel honored to be included in the 20th tournament and actually compete again. It's like, it feels like such a long time ago when I first competed, and yeah, it's great that it's still going on.
Next up on Stage 1 is the jumping legend and grand champion of Halo Ninja Warrior, Buddy Jumps. One of the rare German competitors on this course, Buddy's runs go way back to Tournament 6, where he made it to Stage 3 on his first ever appearance. Then, in only his second tournament, Buddy made history by becoming the first ever competitor to complete all 4 stages of Halo Ninja Warrior. After his tremendous success, Buddy had a wide variety of failures all the way from the first stage to the final stage. Recently, Buddy hasn't been competing as frequently as he's only been in 2 of the last 6 tournaments. We last saw him in Tournament 17, where he had his worst run ever, failing the first obstacle of Stage 1. Now we will watch as the Grand Champion steps up to the start line again, but who knows what he has in store for us. Buddy Jumps, here we go! The first ever Grand Champion of Halo Ninja Warrior. It's always so much fun to watch him run. And Buddy, can he do better than he did in Tournament 17? Yes, he can. And now he is on to the rolling escargot. Buddy Jumps. This guy has been around the jumping community for such a long time. He's made so many great jump maps, and he has just shown all the skill you can imagine. He's also made some silly mistakes throughout his runs on the course, but he's just such a good jumper that you almost can't even hold it against him. And now he's on to the Jump Hang Kai. We did see him get to Stage 2 back in Tournament 16. Right now, Buddy is hopping through the inside of the Jump Hang Kai, and now he is onto the crooked wall. Can a jumping legend like Buddy do this obstacle? Yes, he can! Look at that jump! He cleared that dismount almost by a mile, and Buddy with a spring jump technique on the warped wall. He pulls that off. Now for the Dragon Glider, Buddy still with tons of time left. Look at him go! Buddy through the Dragon Glider, and he gets into the second head slide, and he is through that obstacle. Now onto the balance bridge. He also skips to the second pallet. We've been seeing a lot of people do that. And Buddy jumps with all sorts of time. Oh, he almost came up short of that ledge, but he pulled it off. And Buddy hits the spring jump. Yo! And he sounds very excited. A little cheer from Buddy as he hits the landmine. That is great. The first ever Grand Champion of the course is going back to Stage 2. We haven't been able to say that since Tournament 16. And then Tournament 16 was the first time he made it to Stage 2 since Tournament 12. Yo! Listen to Buddy right there, too. He sounded so excited. That is awesome. And he is now the 10th competitor to move on to Stage 2 in Tournament 20. We have hit double digits now, and we have 4 competitors left. Next up, we've got another Xbox 360 All-Star. Next up is the second most experienced competitor in the course's history, iGameTypes. GameTypes has only missed 2 tournaments in the entire history of the course, and early in his career, he was one of the best competitors. He cleared Stage 1 on all of his first 7 appearances and made it to the 3rd stage 5 of those times. This incredible start to his career earned him the rank of All-Star on the Xbox 360, but after Tournament 8, everything took an unexpected turn. On all of his last 10 appearances, GameTypes has been unable to defeat Stage 1. While he usually manages to get deep into the stage, it's never enough to earn a spot back on Stage 2. His 10 consecutive first stage failures is the most by a competitor who has defeated Stage 1 in the past. Regardless of the failures though, GameTypes is still an incredibly talented jumper, and on any given day, a return to the 2nd stage would not be out of the question. iGameTypes, if anyone wants to doubt how good of a jumper this guy still is, if you look at his runs on Ump and Sauron's tournament, whether that was Aborigines Warrior or Halo Warrior, I know they've gone through some changes lately, but GameTypes has been one of, if not the top competitor on that course. So let's see how he does right here on the rolling escargot. He's standing up and looking really smooth so far. And GameTypes hops off, and now he is going on to the TIE Fighter. Jumps into it, hopping back and forth. GameTypes is looking really good, and now he's on to the Jump Hang Kai. He has failed this obstacle a couple of times throughout his career, but he lands inside of it this time. Can he get through the inside? iGameTypes is through it and onto the crooked wall now. A big jump right here. GameTypes gets the crooked wall. Look at him go. Now he's onto the warped wall. And GameTypes does not get up it on his first attempt. But second attempt, just as good for GameTypes. He gets up, it's still 40 seconds left. He's got lots of time. And now he's going to set up for the Dragon Glider. He jumps a little early, and GameTypes doesn't even get a bounce off the trampoline. He jumped earlier than I thought he did, honestly. He just got a horrible bounce. He got a little bounce. It just sent him forward, but not up. And you definitely need to go up on that obstacle.
Nah, son. I believe.
It's where I failed too.
I don't really see people get bounces like that. That was weird.
Well, Gotank's getting a little laugh out of that failure. Let's hope he doesn't get any bad karma for that. But anyway, we've had 97 attempts at this stage. 10 of them have cleared. And now, sadly, our next competitor was supposed to be Drago the Xbox 360 All-Star. But we just found out that he will be unable to compete in this tournament, so because of that, we have a backup competitor who will be taking over his number.
It's definitely a pleasure to take Drago's position as 998. I'd like to thank him personally. It's really great to do a run in honor of such a great competitor.
Unfortunately, the Xbox 360 All-Star and jumping legend Drago was unable to compete at the last minute, so in his place, we will see the return of our veteran Z-Master. Z is making his 6th appearance today. His first appearance was way back in Tournament 7, and then he appeared in all 4 of the MCC tournaments, 2 of which he got to Stage 2, and one of those times he even made it to Stage 3. But the last time we saw Z was in Tournament 16, where he failed the Jump Hang Kai on Stage 1. After that, Z took a break from Halo, spending 4 years at uni to work towards his degree, but now he has returned, and he's ready to get his jumping career back on track. So even though Drago couldn't make it for Tournament 20, let's see if Z can make up for it right here on Stage 1. Well, hopefully everyone is thinking about Drago during this run. We also want to see Z do well because he's been gone for a while, so it's great to have him back. But yeah, Drago is sick, an all-time great on Halo Ninja Warrior, so it is very sad that he was unable to compete. But Z is going to try to make it worth his while. Z on the rolling escargot right now. He is standing up and looking extremely smooth. Goes for a nice dismount, and now he is onto the TIE Fighter. He hasn't been around on Halo 5 at all until this tournament. So let's see how he does on some of these newer obstacles. Z gets through the TIE Fighter, and now the obstacle he failed in the last tournament. The Jump Hang Kai. Z gets into it this time. looking really good. And now he's going for the crooked wall. Z comes up short. What just happened? How did he come up short? Z got a weird jump. What happened? Oh my goodness, did he hit his head? Z Master with a very unfortunate failure. Look at that, he barely clips his head. And that might have actually sent him downward, losing his speed. And he fails the dismount of the jump hang kai. That is not a way I expected anyone to fail this obstacle, and that is extremely unlucky for Z Master. But I want to give him a huge shout out for filling in for Drago is sick. And now we have 2 competitors left.
I feel pretty good going into Tournament 20. I've had a solid amount of practice, and I just got to go out there and give it my best.
At number 99 is the Xbox One All-Star, GoTanks. GoTanks has undoubtedly been one of the most amazing competitors the course has ever seen. He first appeared in Tournament 8 and hasn't ever missed the tournament since. While GoTanks has never achieved total victory, he still has some of the most unbelievable records on the course. He is the only competitor to ever reach the final stage in back-to-back tournaments, and he's the only competitor who has been to the final stage a total of 3 times. In total, GoTanks has defeated Stage 1 on 9 of his 12 attempts, and cleared Stage 2 8 out of 9 times. His first time failing Stage 2 came in the last tournament at the hands of the metal spin. Amazingly, the worst performance GoTanks has ever had came on his newcomer performance when he got to the flying chute of Stage 1. If he clears Stage 1 today, he will become only the 2nd competitor ever to clear Stage 1 a total of 10 times. Now let's see if this All-Star can add another incredible feat to his resume. It was actually super close between GoTanks and Drago as to who would receive the number 999 in this tournament. GoTanks had a couple more points than Drago, which came from his Stage 2 appearance in the last tournament, and GoTanks is now fighting for his 10th Stage 1 clear. The only time we've ever seen that before was Hunter in Tournament 10. GoTanks could be the next guy to do it here in Tournament 20. GoTanks is on to the TIE Fighter now. He has yet to fail a Stage 1 on Halo 5. He does not want this to be the first one. Now GoTanks going on to the jump hang kai, a nice bounce, and he's into it. He's going to go around the outside. GoTanks has definitely been a time taker on Stage 1. He doesn't want to go fast. He just wants to hit the buzzer. Now the crooked wall. Can he get this? GoTanks. Oh, he almost came up short, but he made it with a great crouch jump right there. And GoTanks is onto the warped wall. He does not get up it in 1. Can he get up it on his 2nd attempt? Yes, he can. GoTanks is onto the Dragon Glider. He is taking his time right now. He doesn't want to go too fast. He just wants to get through these obstacles. And now he is bouncing into the first head slide. And GoTanks goes for the jump, and whoa!
Oh my, oh, you're good.
That was close for GoTanks. I don't know how he pulled that one off, but now he is on to the lumberjack climb. He's still got 15 seconds left. If he doesn't make a mistake right here, he should have the time he needs. 10 seconds. The klaxon is sounding, but GoTanks gets to the top, and he is going back to Stage 2. 10 times now for this Xbox One All-Star. What an incredible record he has just achieved. Look at this crooked wall attempt. He almost came up short right there, but he got a perfect crouch jump onto that pole. But this Dragon Glider, it looked like he messed up the jump into the 2nd head slide, but he got saved by the gravity, and GoTanks is going back to Stage 2.
I stopped
Yeah,
that thing.
baby.
Oh my god, I'm shaking so
What
much.
That was
Stop.
the
Did
closest
anyone-
Oh, man, now I
fire
gotta go
attack
get
I've ever seen in my life.
Did
That was
anyone else
insane.
see him start?
You caught it like here.
He was
like,
falling.
you didn't even.
He started
that's
to
insane.
fall and got sucked back
I thought
up.
I jumped too late on my initial jump.
Well, you can hear them all talking about that close call on the Dragon Glider, but GoTanks made the most of his opportunity, and now he will have his 10th attempt at Stage 2. And that means we have had 99 competitors attempt Stage 1. There is only one competitor left. Throughout the entire history of this course, 999 different times we have seen someone step up to Stage 1, and now it is time for the 100th competitor of Tournament 20 and the 1000th competitor of all time. I would be amazed if you don't know who this is.
Pressure's pressure's pretty big because it's the 20th anniversary tournament and I'm shooting for 20 in a row.
which is just crazy to think when I say that 20 in a row. It's just like, wow. But, you know, I always feel pressure, and I've managed to come through it, and just got to do it again now.
The 1000th attempt ever on Halo Ninja Warrior goes to the Xbox 360 and Xbox One All-Star, Hunter Unit 751. Hunter is the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo on his YouTube channel, Extreme UK Gaming.
130 seconds, tank guy woke up, and he's off the xKILLER stats. And he's out! No!
While proving to be a great tournament host, Hunter is also a great jumper on Halo. He is the only competitor to compete in all 20 tournaments of this course, and even more amazingly, he is the only one to complete Stage 1 in all of the past 19 tournaments. This record is unmatched as the runner-up now only has 10 Stage 1 clears. Also, Hunter's 15 Stage 3 appearances is by far the most by a single competitor, and he even has the longest streak of consecutive tournaments on Stage 3 at 9. He made it there in tournaments 10 through 18, but unfortunately lost his streak in the last tournament when he failed Stage 2. That spider walk failure was actually the worst performance Hunter has ever had, but his best performances came in Tournament 6 and 16 when he made it to the final stage. Hunter has still never achieved total victory, but he is still widely considered the greatest competitor in the history of Halo Ninja Warrior. He is the only Xbox 360 All-Star who became an All-Star on the Xbox One, and there was no doubt that he deserved to be number 1000 on this course. Now it's time to find out if Hunter can continue his remarkable career and go 20 for 20 on Stage 1.
Let's go, Hunter. Let's do this, baby.
If you had told me back in 2012 that Halo Ninja Warrior would reach Tournament 20, I wouldn't have believed you. And if you told me there was a competitor who could potentially be clearing Stage 1 for his 20th time in 20 tournaments, I would have blocked you and never talked to you again, because that would have just been too ridiculous. But luckily, no one ever said either of those things, because I guess back then no one was crazy enough to believe that. But here we are, Tournament 20, number 1000, Hunter Unit 751 is running through the course. This is monumental. This is so big right now. Hunter Unit 751 is through the TIE Fighter, and now he is on to the Jump Hang Kai. He has done this obstacle every single time it's been in a tournament, and he gets inside of it again. Now Hunter Unit 751 is onto the Crooked Wall. It has been a tough obstacle this tournament, and Hunter is going to get a late sprint. He goes for it. Hunter comes up short. He fails the Crooked Wall, and he is out on Stage 1 for the first time in his career. I don't believe it. He came up short of the Crooked Wall, the one obstacle that has absolutely taken over this tournament, and it ended the run of the 1000th ever competitor. Hunter Unit 751. The streak is officially over. I do not believe that just happened.
Nope, it's over.
No!
Oh.
That Crooked Wall, man.
Nobody can believe what they just saw. In its first ever tournament, the Crooked Wall has done what no other Stage 1 obstacle could do, and it took out the great Hunter Unit 751.
Well, I was feeling nervous, honestly. That one obstacle, I felt good with every other obstacle, but that Crooked Wall was the one obstacle that I think that I was worried about. I knew I could do it. It just didn't come off in the actual attempt, and honestly, you know, it's the 20th tournament. It's such a huge milestone, and I feel like I let the competitors down with this failure. I feel like after everything I've managed to achieve in Halo Ninja Warrior, you know, I've had my two worst performances in the last two tournaments. Tournament 19 was a low, but honestly, this one I don't feel disappointed. I feel proud. I feel proud for how long I was able to keep the streak going for, and all I can say is sorry to everyone that was rooting for me to do it in this tournament.
Well, more than anything, I think Hunter deserves the biggest congratulations we can give him on 19 Stage 1 clears in a row. Hunter's failure could go down as the greatest shock in tournament history, but it's only because of his greatness throughout every single Halo Ninja Warrior tournament, and I don't think any Stage 1 failure will detract from his legendary status in any way. With Hunter not making it to Stage 2 for the first time ever, it's up to the rest of these 11 talented jumpers to carry the weight of this tournament. Strafe Helix, Petrillo Fam, Atlantic Champ, Rog, Cirin, Caucasians, PixelProjects, DHG Fireball, XxAlfaPuma, Buddy Jumps, and GoTanks are still very much alive in this tournament. In the next episode, we will see who all can make it past Stage 2, but for now, Stage 1 is over, and I want to thank everyone who watched this episode, and I hope you leave a like and a comment. Also, if you ever want to compete yourself, just message SMOKEY MASSACRE on Xbox Live, and don't forget to check out the Facebook page. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Halo Ninja Warrior.